You must tame the judge in your mind. The judge is the key to manifesting the reality that you want, to raising your vibration and having a deeper spiritual connection with yourself and everything around you and in you. And the judge is the distractor from the truth. And what do I mean by that, right? So we can have a thought, and then there's this part of us that will judge the thought. So the thought that we usually judge is a negative thought. Some of us judge positive thoughts too, as like, for example, for me, I grew up in a really rough neighborhood. So thinking positive and smiling and having good energy and all of this stuff was considered bad to my judge, right? And so the judge is now judging something positive, but you can also judge something negative too. But in reality, just is, right? Something that's good, something that's bad, just is. But the judge is going to determine whether this is good or bad, or I should or I shouldn't do it, or I take action or I don't take action, or I feel a certain emotion and this emotion's bad, or I feel this emotion and this emotion's good. The judge is determining how to feel, how to perceive reality. In reality, we don't know what reality actually is because we have this judge, right? Whereas if we step into the isness, or if we step into God, or we step into the Most High, or we step into the universe, and we see life through the eyes of Source, we see life through the eyes of God, now everything just is. We have up and down, the up and down of it. Up and down is direction. We have hot and cold, right? The center of hot and cold is temperature. Human, the middle or the isness of male and female is human, right? I don't know if I said that right, but you know what I mean, right? So this isness is the truth, or the center of it all, the 0 point, right? And so this judge thing is going to look at reality and be like, this is hard, this is easy, this is fast, this is slow, this is bad, this is good, this is ugly, this is pretty, right? The judge is going to do that. And so if you can take control and tame your judge, you can manifest so much more into your reality. And this is something that I worked on so much, to the point where I have very little judgment about people, events, circumstances, and I'm able to step into the energy of is and see life, or God, see life through the eyes of God, or see life through the eyes of Source. And so it's really powerful, and it brings you a lot of peace and harmony within yourself. And that's not to say that I don't judge. I have a mind, I have a brain, and my brain judges, and I notice when I am judging. So I have my thoughts and my emotions, and then I have the judge on the thoughts and emotions, but then I also have the isness seeing the judge on my thoughts and emotions. And this is where the power is at, right here, okay? When we get into this higher level of awareness, I like to call it God-like awareness. And now you're able to give love to the judge and give love to the thought, because this is a higher vibrational frequency. And it just is. It's not even thinking. If you think it's thinking, then you're not in God level of awareness, okay? You're just seeing and being is and love, right? And this is the frequency that I tend to manifest from. It's a different level of creating. It's a different level. It's almost as if you're channeling. You know, you're becoming God's goals. You're allowing the universe to flow through you and things to show up for you. You know, you're not, tying in the ego. This is what everyone does. And I'm a little bit of a going against the grain. Like I go against what's normal in terms of traditional law of attraction things, because I can see how it can become very ego-based. And there's nothing wrong with it being ego-based. It's just that I think there's a way in which our reality is being destroyed in a way, and the mind is being used for controlling people and chasing after money and, love and all of these things, relationships, which is fine. But where is it coming from? Is it coming from lack, or is it coming from abundance? Is it coming from God? Is it coming from the mind? So this can be very destructive. If we look at society in general, outside of the spiritual community, outside of the law of attraction community and the way in which people use their mind to create things, some of it can be very destructive. And we can see relationships and money, and we can see this in our health, that the mind wants something and it can cause problems later on down the line. Does that make sense? We have these certain desires and feelings, and it can become problems later on down the line. Okay. Now, if we're allowing God's truth to flow through us, now it's in alignment with our beingness and why we are here. You know, it's much more in tune with nature too. And so, for example, if I was to start a certain company, I would be very eco-friendly because I don't want to destroy nature, for example. I'd find ways to not destroy nature and make sure I'm in harmony with nature and using it properly, and maybe involve certain recycling things in my company, and, you know, just making sure that I'm not using plastic straws and things of this nature. Does that make sense? So it's just a different energy. It's just a different approach to things. And so when it comes to going back here, right, it's a different frequency, it's a different energy. And now you're almost like you're the director behind the camera of the movie, right? I know the director doesn't really control the camera, but the director, you have the actors and actresses, you have the producers, right? You are all of those in your reality, okay? But where are you operating from? Most people are operating from actor, actress. But then you got the producer. Some people are operating from producer. Right, which is cool, but it's still another level, which is the director who's actually doing the whole show, okay? And the whole show is transcending the judge and coming out of the judge and being aware of the judge and giving love to the judge, giving love to the thought, and manifesting from this place and seeing and experiencing life through this space. And then step by step, slowly unlearning, deprogramming the conditioning that causes you to judge every little thing, having thoughts of this person's bad, this person's good, money's bad, should I go in this direction or that direction? When you're in God level awareness, it actually doesn't matter, because you understand no matter what direction you go in, it's going to turn out well for you because you're in alignment with God's goals. You're not worried about things going wrong. You're not worried about things going right. You're not thinking all of these things because you're in God level awareness. You're in God's goals. And so you're not worried about, you just know it's going to happen because you're in God's goals. You have no fears, you have no doubts, you're just doing your thing. Does that make sense? Anyway, a lot of deprogramming and reprogramming has to be done in order to get to this level properly, to the level and degree that I have it. And I don't mean to sound egotistical about that. Like, I want to make sure you understand when I say God level awareness, I don't mean it's a higher level. I know I use the words higher level. I know I use the words higher vibration, but in my mind, I don't think like that. It's just that I have to explain it to you in that way. I just see it as different, all right? So the thought, the judge, the God level awareness is not different levels. Oh, it's the 5D and this is the 3D. Like, if you're judging the 5D is better than the 3D, then that's your ego, right? We have to learn to accept these things and see it as equal and see it as energy, because everything is energy. And so I hope you understand when I explain it to you, I actually don't mean it like this, okay? So if you're interested in getting coaching with me, there's gonna be a video right here that you can go check out. Once you watch it, you'll see that it's about manifesting abundance and love into your life. Go check that out. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.